Happy Friday! I'm so glad we made it again. Friday, end of the week. Ah, man, it's been a long week. Gosh. Just excited, you know, for a little break. Get a little rest, you know. Wait, what? What the hell? It's Wednesday? Say it ain't so. Wednesday? We got Thursday and Friday. Oh my God. No. Okay, how about this? What if we made a deal just this week, just for us here in the stream? What if we all just decided, you know what? It is Friday. We're done. After today, we're done. We're done. We'll be back Monday. Wouldn't that be nice? Tomorrow off. Friday off. You know, for me and for you. For me and for you. Will my job understand, Josh? Good morning, Bianca. Good to see you. Yeah, I think your job will understand. Just go tell your boss. Just be like, look, man, just like, can I talk to you a second? And then you go into the office, okay? And you're like, look, man, you see what's going on in the world. This shit's fucking crazy. I'm done. And then your boss will be like, what? And they just be like, just for the week. I just need it. Just this week. I'm done. Okay, I'll be back at it on Monday. I'll see you guys Monday. I'm done. And I think they'll understand. So hashtag not financial advice, though, you know? I can't be found liable if you fuck up your job and your career, you know what I mean? I already have today off, and I'm seeing Linkin Park in concert tonight, bro. Whoa, okay, nice. That sounds like a good-ass day, man. That sounds like a good day. We don't even understand, Josh? What does that mean, you don't understand? I don't understand what you mean when you say you don't understand. So we're off to a great start. Marvel Zombies is going crazy. Is it? Okay, you know what's cool about that? So let's start off with this then. So I'll say, tonight for the members stream, what I want to do is I want to watch Marvel Zombies. I haven't watched it. So I'm going to do a watch party. So if you haven't watched it yet, come on by tonight. Or even if you have watched it, it'll probably still be fun just to hang with us as we all watch it. I'll give my reactions and my hot takes, you know. So that's what we'll do tonight for the members stream. I'm actually kind of excited. People say it's pretty good. I've seen some people say, I don't know. But I've heard it's pretty good. It's like, it's only 4 episodes, right? So it's not even going to be that crazy. Hey, Toxic says, my goat, Happy Nerd Theory is back, baby. Nerd Avengers for life. Twitch members. Yeah, we should be able to go with Twitch members tonight. We should be able to, yeah. No stream Friday? What? I don't even know if we're having a stream today, guys. Like, let's not get crazy, okay? I came in to say hi, but I don't know. I mean, we could turn around. Friday is, I thought today was Friday. Let's chill out, okay? I don't know what we're doing Friday. Yeah, only 4 episodes because it's supposed to be a movie. Oh, really? Interesting. It was supposed to be a movie, but it got split into shows because of the Spider-Man rights. Damn, dude, Sony gonna Sony! When are they gonna stop fucking it up, huh? How about that Alien Earth finale? So here's what's crazy. I actually didn't watch the Alien Earth finale yet. Okay? And the reason, Russell Lane, appreciate you, says streaming you live at the barbershop in McKinney, Texas, best streamer in the game. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And what up? What up, Texas? Hope you guys are all good over there. So I didn't actually end up watching it last night. I was playing Warhammer. I did it again. I was playing Warhammer, and we didn't get done playing till after 1 in the morning. And I was like, okay, I could watch Alien Earth. Because the whole time I was like, I'm going to watch this shit. And I was like, okay, I'll watch it after the game. And then it's 1 in the morning. I was like, I'm not going to start Alien Earth at 1 in the morning. So I actually haven't watched it yet, yeah. But I'm hoping to watch it today sometime. I'm excited. I'm excited. I like the show. Have I enjoyed it so far? Yeah, I actually have enjoyed it. I know there's some people that don't like it. I think Alien Earth is incredible. It started off a little for me, but then it developed well over time, and I kind of like the way he's taken all the characters and whatnot. So yeah, I'm a fan. I like it. I like the show, and I hope we get a second season of it, to be honest. What time zone? I'm in Eastern time. So if Hulk killed the Parkers in 2012, that means Peter only lived with May for 4 years before Civil War. Then how was he with Uncle Ben? I don't know. Something feels off about that rumor. Yeah, it's just a rumor. We'll get into it. Actually, I think it's on my list today. Yeah, well, just remind me later if we don't get into it. Is Warhammer political? No, I mean, that's like the beauty of Warhammer is it's satire. So it starts off as satire, but either way you slice it, whether you take it seriously or not, because I think it's beyond satire in a lot of ways now because of the novels and just the stories and having to humanize characters for the sake of story. But no, I don't think it's political. I mean, in some ways it's and especially when it first started off, it's like somewhat political because it's a satire of like crazy over the top fascism in the same way that like 2000 AD's Judge Dredd and shit like that is. But no, it's not political. It's ironic to me that Star Wars has become more political than Warhammer these days, but Warhammer found a really good way to kind of steer clear of that for the most part. For a season finale, Alien Earth was a letdown. Oh no! Not even one arc gets resolved, so hope they greenlight it for a season 2. Ooh, okay. You have a kid and you can stay up till 1 a.m. Crazy, bro. How do you manage? Well, it's actually a lot of dads and probably moms too would tell you late night is kind of like your time. After the kids go to bed, that's kind of like where you get your time back. So you kind of have to figure that out. You don't do it every night. It's not like you're doing that every night, but yeah. Did you like Marvel Zombies? I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it tonight on the watch party. We'll watch party at like 7:30. Did you see the Russos drinking scotch out of wine glasses? Doomsday gotta be rough. No, I didn't see that, actually. I did. Hey, if those are real photos, I saw one real photo and I was like, dude, is that real? Joe lost a lot of weight. Like a suspicious amount of weight. Is that really him? We watching all that's been released. What has been released? I thought they released it all. I thought it was 4 episodes only. Marvel's animation art style is yes. They need to learn from Arcane and anime. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't disagree. You know what's ironic is, dude, Marvel does these little... I don't know what they are exactly. They're just for social media, I guess. But they do these like little rando animations. And they even have like missed minutes and whatever. And they're just like explaining the characters. And they're so much cooler than I think a lot of the animation they put on Disney Plus. So I don't disagree with you. I think that style's pretty rough. However, I do think that Zombies looks cool. I'm actually excited for Zombies, and I've heard some good things. So yeah. Did you watch Eyes of Wakanda? No, I didn't watch Eyes of Wakanda. What comic should I start reading first? Huh? What comic? You're trying to get into comic books? How old is you? What kind of comics do you... What do you like? Saga's cool. I haven't read Saga in a long time, though. Have you seen Cerebro shots in the Rap Party? No. What's that? Somebody tell me. Well, actually, it's funny. It's actually maybe a good time to get into comics. They're doing these collected edition things that they're publishing through like Penguin, Random House, Sweepstakes. I don't know things. But those are good collections. They're cheap, dude. They're on the cheap. So maybe that's a good place to start. Pick your character, pick the thing you're interested in. I think they've done a lot of the big events already, and I think they're probably going to continue to do that. So yeah. Just start from number 1. I mean, I don't know if that's the move, to be honest. Like, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're telling people to go all the way back. and read all that. I mean, I've done it before, and I don't know. I don't really think it. I don't think it's aged very well. They had a wrap party for Doomsday with pictures from the set, and one of the pictures was somebody wearing Cerebro. So was it a picture of just somebody celebrating, or was it like an actual? Because like I don't know that they would have anything from the actual movie there at the wrap party. That seems crazy. I've seen some funny photos and some, you know, whatever. It seems like they had a good time at the wrap party or whatnot. So, what if T'Challa leads an army of zombies on Battleworld? Well, you know, I think in order to do that, he'd have to speak, right? From what I understand, that T'Challa in What If or Zombies doesn't even speak. He doesn't even have dialogue, and it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. That's how I feel. By the way, chat, definitely not my fault. Okay, definitely not my fault, but I didn't get a ton of sleep. You know, I'm a little... things might get crazy today. I just want to warn you. Certainly not my fault for staying up and playing Warhammer all night, but yeah, things might get wild today. It was a photo from the set, but using a montage of photos at the crew party. Oh, okay, well then it doesn't really do much. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Josh and these damn chat ads. Jay, I want you to know, every time you get an ad in chat, I wish it was 2 ads. Chug that coffee, son. Dude, I've had so much coffee already. It's not working today. I'm too brain dead. Star Wars news. Yeah, don't worry, we got some. Don't worry, we got Star Wars news. And I got a Star Wars bit. I got stuff to talk about, man. Star Wars. You know, by coming back to Nerd Theory, all of a sudden I'm back in the Star Wars game. You know, and I'm checking it out. I'm seeing what's going on in the fandom. I'm seeing what's up, and I don't like it. You know what I mean? I leave the fandom for just a couple of years, and the whole thing goes to shit. Time to put it back together. Crazy Doomsday already wrapped, minus the reshoots, obviously. Well, I mean, it's crazy, but to be fair, they've been filming for a long-ass time, brother. They started earlier this year. And this has been a very intensive shoot, so the amount of shit they've shot has got to be insane. And I bet this break is well earned. Well earned. I've officially subscribed to Nerd Theory. Okay, nice. Mando Grogu trailer didn't take off. That's actually in my notes. That's the first thing we're going to talk about today. Yeah, it's didn't do too great there. Didn't do too great there. Didn't pop off the way that maybe they wanted it to there, huh? I think most of the people are disappointed with the Mando trailer. They think it's too generic. That's absolutely fair, man. How much do you get from ads on YouTube? I watch them sometimes when I get them. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you there. I'm not seeing that boring looking movie. You're not going to see it? You're not going to see Mando Grogu, Justin? For reals? For reals, bro? For reals? Sorry, you're tired, bud, but we need the stream, so you're coming back on Friday. Oh, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're seriously not going to see it, huh? Wow. Wow. This guy, man. This guy is so stubborn, huh? Can you imagine? I went and saw Superman, Justin, you know? And I love that movie, by the way. I still love that movie. I mean, it's not, it's no Man of Steel, but not popping off because we don't trust till we see greatness. Still gonna see. Don't want to get my hopes up like so many times before. Fair. I've seen people get excited to see Grogu on the big screen, so it's working. Oh, really, Finto? You have? Okay. So there's still a little gold in the Grogu hills, so they say. Yeah, it felt good to be back. It's funny, like, I thought it was a good first episode back. I was looking at the Nerd Theory yesterday because I was, like, looking to get clips out of there. And I was like, dang, dude, we're both a little ADD. We do jump around a little bit. So it would be good to maybe get things a little more back on track. But overall, I thought it was a good episode. We went all sorts of places. We had a lot of fun. The little moments are really funny. And I just think that we need a mix. I think we need a mix of like a little bit of dedicated on rails stuff to really just provide, you know, some good content, but then we can also just cut it up too. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Zombies watch party tonight, 100%. You hate Grogu? What? I don't know if I hate him. I'm just kind of like over it. It doesn't like excite me. You know, they over commercialized him, dude. Like Grogu just was everywhere. And then I think for like 4 years straight, I got multiple Grogu things for Christmas, birthdays, and shit. And I was just like, oh man. I hate Mando at this point. Hey, you need, you know, you need something. Okay? This hate has got to go. This hate has got to go. Too much hate. Oh shit, Bubba, they got it. We got you. I told you. I mean, I try to tell you guys, you know, I try not to like force it on people. They'll figure it out on their own and just drop a couple hints here and there. Drop a couple of hints here and there. Okay, are we ready to do this? Are we ready to do this? Are you guys ready? Oh, by the way, I'm hoping that I figured out the thing, the crashing. I think I figured it out. Like I definitely tweaked some stuff and tried some stuff. I guess we'll see ultimately today. I'll give you a little warning before we get into it, but yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we got it figured out now. Hang on, let me clear my throat. Okay, let's do it. So, Star Wars. Oh man. The trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu just came out. And guys, I think there's a problem. I think there's a problem. Okay. And this has to do with the exposure of this fucking thing, man. And I was hoping that it would pop a little bit more. There were rumors that it was supposed to come out last week. Yeah, there were rumors it was supposed to come out last week, and I think they said that because of the situation with Mr. Jimmy Kimmel, they decided to delay it into this week, okay? Now, this is a trailer that people have known about for a long, long time, and there's been a version of this trailer that's been at Celebration and maybe even at multiple events, because sometimes they'll show these trailers to people kind of behind the scenes, et cetera, right? So anyway, this trailer comes out on a Monday. Now, my experience with this trailer is probably not the experience that most Star Wars fans had. I thought the shit was kind of fun. I thought it was better than I expected. And maybe, just maybe, there's an element here of being excited about it because, you know, I was coming back to Nerd Theory. And I don't know, it's just kind of cool, right? That like the day we decide to come back for Nerd Theory, the trailer pops off. So I was like, frankly, I probably had a more positive experience about it than many other people, okay? But that day is kind of like a whirlwind, right? So it happens, I go live, I react to it, we talk about it on stream here. I don't really even get to see a lot of the reaction from fans and how people are feeling about it in that moment. I'm like just doing my thing, and we're talking about it here in the chat, and I think the reaction that we had was also a little bit more positive than a lot of what I saw out there on the internet. So kind of get off stream Monday, right? And I'm looking out there at the reaction from fans because obviously we have Nerd Theory at night. And damn, dude, it shocked me. And, you know, I said this before. I wonder if any of you guys are feeling the same way. But it did kind of shock me how negative people were about it and kind of like the lack of buzz. Later that day, I was checking whether or not it was going to be, trending, right? So I was on Twitter before we went live for Nerd Theory, and I was checking it. And the only thing that was trending was Star Wars. I think it was trending like number 21. And honestly, when you looked at it, it wasn't a lot of positive stuff. It's not a positive experience, okay? And I wonder, and I wanted to bring this up because it's, I mean, this is what it is now. You know, all of these movies all come out, and essentially now the performance that these things do is a part of it, right? So that's why with the Fantastic Four, with Superman, with Deadpool and Wolverine, Marvel, or Marvel, Disney, and Warner Brothers in those cases all come out and they talk about the numbers, right? They come out and they're like, what did they say for Deadpool? It was like the highest trailer of all time. They added in the Super Bowl thing, so it was like 260 or some shit, like million views. Superman was said to be seen by 250 million people within 24 hours across all platforms. The Fantastic Four trailer was a similar thing. I think they said like 200 million. So anyway, like, all of these things are a part of it, right? And this is also why box office, and not just box office, but profitability, is becoming a part of the conversation too. You know, Hollywood's trying to show you ancillaries and stuff like that because they don't want people to be like, none of these movies are making money. Like, what's going on here? So it's weird how this has all become a part of the conversation. Anyway, I say all of that to say that we have to have a difficult conversation now about the numbers here for The Mandalorian and Grogu. So I think currently right now it's about 8.5 million views on the main YouTube channel in a 24-hour period. Okay, so I want you guys. Do you think that's good or bad, chat? Like, what do you think? The new Star Wars trailer, the new Star Wars movie, 8.4 million views in 24 hours. Yeah, pretty low, right? I mean, it seems obviously low, right? But can I explain to you how low this is? Can I explain to you how bad this is? So when you compare this to all of the movies of the sequel trilogy, it's wild. I mean, I have some of these numbers pulled up for you right now. So like Force Awakens did 112 million online views in 24 hours. The Last Jedi did 120. The Rise of Skywalker, even after people were checked the fuck out, did 111 million views in 24 hours. Now, you could say those are bad comparisons because those are like, saga films or whatever. Rogue One, 30 to 46 million. It's trickier to do some of these because they weren't calculating them as much there. But the estimates on Solo and Rogue One are basically triple this. Triple what Mandalorian and Grogu has done in views in 24 hours. So that's really, really bad. That's really, really bad. And it's, I think you can kind of feel it, man. Man, I was watching some of the commentary with the content creators, with the Star Wars content creators, and a lot of them, like I saw X saying that he didn't even think it was worth doing a breakdown video for. You know what I mean? And a lot of other people saying and feeling similar ways out there. So I think this is a really rough. I think it's rough. I think it's a rough opening because, again, like I'm not just talking shit here, guys. They are about to release the first Star Wars movie in 7 years, and Star Wars has had all kind of difficulty getting movies out there. And I think a lot of the fans feel as though it needs to get into the theaters, that the Disney Plus thing is just not good enough, and the Disney Plus thing might have hurt the brand. Is this what it looks like? Is this what it looks like when Disney Plus has hurt a brand as such? This feels like a completely underwhelming trailer. Now, to be honest with you, there's a couple of explanations, right? So I think one could be that people have already seen the trailer a lot, and maybe it's like the expectation is like, what could they possibly show me that's new here? I know about the movie. I know basically what it's going to be. But again, like that's not really where you want to be with Star Wars either. You could say that there's a lot of other things overshadowing it. You could say it came out on a completely random day and there wasn't like a big push for it. I think at the end of the day, it's still pretty terrible. And I know it's getting more views than the YouTube views. I see some people in chat saying it got like 60 million views on Facebook. Guys, not all of these views are created equal. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Maybe you could make the argument that it's still being seen across all these different platforms. But if you're sitting here and you're trying to argue with me that there's evidence to suggest that this trailer popped off, I'm going to tell you no fucking way. And that's the point of the segment. No way. It didn't pop the fuck off. And in fact, there's such a lack of popping off here that I'm fucking concerned. My comeback into Star Wars is like, okay, here we go. New Star Wars movie. I'm so excited. The whole fucking fan base is flaming this thing. It feels super small. I don't think a lot of people are excited for this. And I think if I were Disney, looking at how the response has been just over the past couple of days, I'd be fucking panicked, dude. To be honest with you. And I think it's like, that's what I'm saying is like, I think just looking at it over the past couple of days, if I'm Lucasfilm, I'm fucking panicking over the viewership and over the impressions of this trailer thus far. Okay. And this takes me to the place that I've been at with this movie. And that is that, dude, there's a simple solution here. You just need to put fucking Luke Skywalker in this movie. I don't care what the plans are. I don't care what the ideas are as far as like, no, we want this thing to stand on its own. I don't give a fuck about any of that, dude. It doesn't matter. Star Wars is, I think Lucasfilm might be a little bit in denial about just where they're at with the brand damage. And I really think I think they believe that they're going to be able to just release Mando and Grogu and it's going to make $600, $700, $800 million because it's the first Star Wars movie in whatever X amount of years. People love Grogu. Like, dude, they're so far behind these days, man. And I know, like, you guys know this. A lot of you guys know this because a lot of you are chronically online, frankly, and internet brained as fuck. But these days, the span of a couple of years is decades in how far and how fast culture moves. The internet culture and how these things move, it's so fast, and it feels so like the sequel trilogy feels like 20 years ago. Mando season 2 feels like a decade ago. You know what I mean? And it's almost like none of that magic has carried over into even season 3, into Ahsoka, and frankly into this first trailer. It doesn't. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's like I'm looking at this, man, and I'm like, holy fucking shit! Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, This feels really, really bad. And again, this is coming from a guy that's excited about the movie. I actually think the movie's going to be fun. I'm going to see it. And if it was really good and fun and adventurous, man, I'd go see it multiple times probably, right? But I think just gauge off of what I've seen so far and how the trailers responded, I mean, I really think they need to go big, and I don't think this movie is going big, and so I think there's still time, man. You know what I mean? And I think you throw some shit in there, throw some Luke stuff in there, throw something crazy in there. Like, from everything I've heard, they don't have enough. They don't have really anything like that, and I just don't. I mean, are they really going to feel good if this thing makes $400 million? Now, technically speaking, this thing makes $400 million. It's probably still profitable because, again, it is the cheapest Star Wars movie ever made. And they'll probably even do, they'll do all the ancillary stuff that Disney just did with Thunderbolts, that Disney just did with Fantastic Four. So they'll do stuff and it'll make money. But is that really what we want? As Star Wars, the brand that wants to become the Disney Plus brand, and then, hey, we can make $400 million in the movie theaters? That is, to me, a bad look. I think you want to get 5, 6, 7. And I think there's enough interest in Star Wars to do that if you do the right stuff. Feels a little bit like the same problem that Marvel had this year, where we're batting with Thunderbolts, we're batting with Sam Wilson, Captain America, we're batting with the Fantastic Four. You know, you've got X-Men, you've got Avengers, you've got Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, you've got all these things that are just more popular. If you're going to play with the B and the C team at a time when the brand is diminished, I just don't know. You know, that's what it comes down to, is I just don't know. Star Wars has A-list, they have B-list, they have C-list. And they also have just Star Wars, but that itself has been diminished. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I wanted to share that because, you know, getting back into the swing of things with Star Wars, here we go. Here we go. So, chat, what do you think? Any thoughts, comments, questions? Do any of you hate it? Do any of you hate it? Do any of you think there ain't no way, Josh, you're crazy? Let me know. Let me know. I think it's because it's a streaming series turned into a movie. I don't think it was ever meant to make a billy. Well, let me ask you this then. What do you think they thought it would make when they greenlit the movie? Because they greenlit it. They know the budget. They had an idea of what it would do, right? So what do you think they were aiming for? You know? And then are they going to do that thing that all these movies are doing this year where they're like, actually, we only need like $350? You know? Fun little action adventure, suck it haters. Okay, right on. Mando 3.5. I mean, okay. So 5 to 6. You guys think 5 to 6 Disney would be comfortable with? Fuck, man. I mean, maybe, and maybe they get the last laugh because maybe they get it. I'm just telling you right now, like this response to this trailer is pretty bad to me. This is pretty bad to me. But maybe that's just, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the absolute state of Star Wars. This is maybe just where we're at. They should stop with Star Wars and try again in 15 years. I mean, yeah, I actually think a break would do them good, but I don't think they're going to. I just wanted to build some story-wise. Give me a reason to watch this, other than it's a buddy road trip movie. So, not good enough for you? Just a fun adventure with Grogu and Mando? Not good enough for you? Does that mean you'd watch it on streaming, perhaps? Because, come on, man, isn't that kind of the thing? It's like, this feels so weird because it's an experience you just get on streaming. That's what Mando's always been. And now they're going to put it in the movie theater. But it's coming to streaming. I mean, it's going to get to Disney Plus, right? So, yeah, I don't know. If Kathy had let Grogu stay with Luke and kept Luke around to raise Mando's profile, we'd be in a better place. I agree with that, yeah. 1,000 years in the future, away from the Skywalkers is the only way at this stage. I mean, I think that would be good. I think that would be good, yeah. I think it would be appropriate, yeah. Why can't we just... What the fuck? Why can't we just Jedi fighting with some Siths and badass fights? I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that would be cool. Don't mind the Grogu Mando stuff. Oh my God. My girlfriend is a normie who loves Grogu, but is actually Star Wars needs a massive time jump for the, at least for the movies. Yeah, Brownie, I hear you, brother. I think, yeah, we'll see. Other trailers on YouTube Disney Plus shows have similar viewing totals. Really? That's kind of a bummer. Holy shit, do people even know it's a movie? Oh my goodness. Star Wars is in a much better place than Marvel, in my opinion, long term. It's hard to say, man. I mean, it's a little bit closer than I thought. I think there's evidence, you know, I talked with Theory a little bit about this. I think there's some evidence to suggest that Star Wars is doing better than we thought, maybe. But, yeah. We'll see what it all shakes out to be. It's a movie? Yeah, Daniel? Come on, man. Yeah, man. Come on, man. I'd say $400 to $500 tops, depending on how the reviews are. Well, I hope it makes more than $400 for him, you know? I don't think this movie will perform great on streaming. Isn't the Disney Plus subscription $18? Yeah, they just raised all their prices. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. They did all this stuff, and then they raised their prices, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, Gretzky, thank God. We can start in earnest now. If this movie had come out a year or so ago, the last season of The Mandalorian, dude, I agree. Brother, it's almost like, you almost like list the ways they could have screwed it up, and it's crazy how many... It's crazy, I think, just how badly they have screwed up a lot of those things over there. It's tough, but yeah, I mean, I truly, guys, like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, I really think that it's not bait. I'm not trying to be fucking hyperbolic. I'm not trying to clickbait and exaggerate. Like, I'm shocked at how badly this trailer has performed just from what I've seen, and I'm actually shocked at how it's performed, and I'm shocked at the response from fans. If you agree, then throw one into the chat. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I was like off on some island. I was on my own personal Oct 2 because I was not really doing Star Wars, and I come back in and I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. But I'm telling you, like, that's where I'm at with it. I am shocked. This is a fucking Star Wars movie. Okay, so some people are throwing ones in there. At least I'm not completely crazy. Jared says, finally got around to seeing Cap 4. I thought it was pretty solid. Expectations were low. Not great, but a decent time, in my opinion. Den of Goats all day. Hey, I'm glad you liked it, man. I really wish I had maybe lowered my expectations for that one, because I fucking hate that movie. And maybe someday I'll revisit it and it'll hit me a little bit better. But, you know. If they want to save Star Wars, turn the Bane books into the film, source material, and carry on 1,000 years. Yeah, dude, you know, theories talking about that Old Republic shit. I think Old Republic could be cool. I don't know. It almost feels to me like there's something more at the core of Star Wars. There's something broken beyond what time period they go to, man. It's almost like, you know, the concept of the chakras. Here we go. Let's get crazy. Let's get gift shop yoga, crystal lady on you. So there's this concept in, you know, chakras and all that, right? That if the root chakra, which is the lowest one, it's like how you actually think of yourself in the universe. Like, it's what roots you to existence. If your root chakra is out of balance, all of your chakras are going to be out of balance. Okay? And to me, Disney and Star Wars under Disney has a root chakra problem. And I think if we just say, oh, we're just going to do Old Republic, that's like up at the solar plexus, maybe even the heart or something. It's like, sure, like that, but it doesn't fix the root chakra problem, meaning that's not going to fix it ultimately. It might be more interesting and it could be better than what we're getting. So I'm not going to discount that, but I don't think it solves the problem. Star Wars has an identity problem, man. You know, Star Wars needs to look itself in the mirror and ask itself, who am I? What am I about? What do we do this for? You know what I mean? And I think that the truth is that answer is probably different depending on who you ask. Star Wars doesn't even like itself. Yeah. You're probably right. They need to go to Peridia and go into the mythical butthole. Wait, what, Jareth? Josh, after Rise of Skywalker made $1 billion and COVID came, there was no other movie in production planned after 2019. No, there were a lot of movies planned in production, brother. There were a lot. And a lot of them go bad ways. I mean, they had the Dan and Dave trilogy with the guys from Game of Thrones. That falls apart. Rian Johnson's trilogy, that falls apart. Patty Jenkins shit falls apart. Dude, they had a lot of stuff. John Boyega's comments on remaking the sequel trilogies was reassuring. I actually have that in my notes. We'll do that segment next. I agree. Cap 4 isn't as bad as people think. I mean, I think it's pretty bad, man. You know, I got to be honest. I have to hold to my opinions on that one. But if you liked it, I'm not trying to take that away from you. That's cool. If you enjoyed it more than me, God bless you, man. Star Wars is doing way worse than Marvel. I don't know. I don't know that I fully agree. I used to think that way, though. Yeah, I used to think that way. All right, guys. Any other thoughts on this freaking Mando Grogu? Should they just put this thing straight to Disney Plus, man? Should Jon Favreau come out and just address everybody and be like, "Hey, everybody, Jon Favreau here. You know, I took this movie on because I'm contractually obligated to do it. And I like Star Wars, obviously. I tried. But obviously, we all know what it is. It sucks balls. I've requested to Bob Iger that we put this on the Disney Plus app. I'm sorry, I did my best. And then he's out, you know? That could be like a healing moment. You know what I mean? That could be like, because I wouldn't blame him, you know? You know, I've had some shower thoughts about this whole situation, right? Because it just feels so silly to do this movie anyway. I'm like, dude, is Kathy doing some 6D chess work here, trying to tarnish the name of Johnny Fabs, trying to fucking devalue the Mandoverse? Is this some 6D chess move from Kathy to crush the Mandoverse, to destroy the legacy of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni? Okay, it's probably not that. I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But anyway, that'll do on that segment. I'm just telling you guys, I'm really worried. I think Star Wars is pretty fucking cooked. Okay, let's see if we're gonna crash the stream. I don't know. Maybe I fixed it. Just kidding. We're still here, motherfuckers. Oh. Gotcha. All right, should we talk about John Boyega's comments here on the sequel trilogy? Kind of interesting, huh? So John Boyega, you know, I wonder, Chad, and you guys let me know here. What are the vibes on Boyega here? How do people feel about Boyega? You know? Is it like W Boyega, L Boyega? How do you guys feel about John? Because I feel like I think a lot of people like John Boyega. And I think that, man, how do I say this? I appreciate John. I wish the sequel trilogy had been better. I wish Star Wars was in a better spot, because I think if things were different, I think John's actually a pretty cool dude and would be a good ambassador for the brand. I actually think some of the reasons that John's gotten into a bit of trouble over the past couple of years is because, like, he's kind of he's like a little based, but he's also kind of like, I've heard him just describe this as like he's just trying to hold the line. I think he sees through a lot of the bullshit and is real in some ways that I think people resonate with. So I like John. And I think he was done pretty fucking dirty by Disney and by the sequels. So anyway, here's something that's kind of interesting. We've got here comments from John Boyega about what he would do if he could remake the sequel trilogy. And I find these comments interesting. You know, the timing here is really interesting. Now, there's a lot of rumors that John is back, that he will be back for Star Wars, potentially in Sean Levy's movie, but also potentially in the Simon Kinberg trilogy, right? So anyway, this is all interesting, but let's read what he says. John Boyega revealed what he would do if he could remake the Star Wars sequel trilogy. He says, it would be mad. First, that's very British. First of all, we're not getting rid of Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, all these people. Hell yeah! W's in the chat. We're not doing that. The first thing we're going to do is fulfill their story, fulfill their legacy. We're going to make a good moment of passing on the baton is probably what he meant. And I like this. I like it so far. Our new characters will not be overpowered in these movies. They won't just grab stuff and know what to do with it. No, you've got to struggle like every other character in the franchise. I'd do that. Okay, so I think this first point here is probably one of the fans' biggest issues. You know, not getting Han, Luke, and Leia, not only just not having them all together, but truly done dirty. Truly, these characters were done a little dirty. And I think he's right about the legacy thing, which is something we talked about back then, man. And it's been sort of a persistent conversation. I think it's something that just these people just really didn't understand. It's difficult because it seems so obvious, right? Like, who wants a legacy if you shit all over the legacy? You know what I mean? Like, it just feels so obvious. But yeah, so he's hitting that point. And then the second thing here is he's talking about the overpower. I mean, this is like a subtweet for Rey, right? In the Mary Sue business. I mean, he might as well just be subtweeting. You know, I think Jedis that don't train at all and bypass the compressor and take the name Skywalker are fucking frauds. You know what I mean? Something like that. So he's like, you know, I appreciate that energy. Gotta struggle. Obvious. It feels obvious. Now, the point that everybody makes about this that's I think is so right is this is why people really liked Kylo Ren and they didn't like Rey. This is why when we watch that famous video of all the Reylos in the movie theater, right? And the Reylos are like, what the fuck is Ben? Like at the end of the movie, where you would think if you were, and I bet Disney did think this, you would think all the Reylos would be so happy because Rey at the end and she's got the thing and she's got the name and all this stuff. But they're just doing this derivative, stupid, like, hey, you're going to just like the girl because she's a girl and you're a girl kind of thinking. It's so derivative. Actually, it's more sexist. Anyway, here's the thing. The reason all of those Reylos were screaming about where the fuck is Ben, the reason to this day, people that hate the sequels will admit that Kylo Ren is probably one of the best characters in it and very interesting, is because unlike Rey, they allowed him to struggle. They allow Kylo to struggle. And to be honest with you, they fucking put him through it. He has the fans liked it. You know what I mean? Like, you struggle with the character. There's a catharsis to struggling with a character, which endears you to them. And that shit just didn't happen with Rey. So he's nailing the probably next biggest point here. This third paragraph, he says, I'd look to the Old Republic stories and see what we can add to the continuation of that. I would definitely want to see Force Unleashed stories in there. I would try to expand the Star Wars universe as much as possible while respecting the lore. If we're expanding the lore, we have to do it within the respective boundaries that it stays true. Okay, so there's actually a lot there. This is kind of interesting. But number one, he's talking about Old Republic stories. Love that. Continuation of that. Theory and I were just talking about this. You know, I'm iffy on whether or not it would be the cure-all. But the thing about the Old Republic is it had aura. It had masculine characters. It had violence. It had an edge, man. You know what I mean? And I think there's a desire for Star Wars to have a bit of an edge. Now, that's a difficult conversation because you could argue Andor has an edge, and then you could, you know, and there's a whole conversation of like, where does that line, where's that edge exactly? But yeah, it seems like that's something he's advocating for. Force Unleashed story. So he's a man of culture, obviously likes the Force Unleashed stuff, and I think that's just talking about wish fulfillment. I mean, what is Force Unleashed? It's wish fulfillment for, hey, you like the Force, you always wanted to have the Force. Here's this video game where you get to have the Force in a way you never fucking imagine. That's what it is. It's wish fulfillment. And I think there's something to be said for a lack of wish fulfillment in modern, like big IP franchise shit. Where's the wish fulfillment? Where's the fucking fun? It's like everybody's so worried about optics and everybody's so worried about politics and messaging. And it's like, yeah, but what about the fucking wish fulfillment? What about fan service? What about a goddamn experience? What about a core memory? Oh my God, do you remember after Frieza killed Krillin? Holy shit, do you remember when fucking Goku goes Super Saiyan on Namek for the first time? Holy shit. Anyway, okay, so that's cool. And then he says, but Luke Skywalker wouldn't be disappearing on a rock. Hell no. Standing there, and he's like a projector. I would want to give those characters way more. So, I mean, do you guys know what this means? This means John Boyega watches Nerd Theory. So these are like literally these are the points. This is the points. It's like he watched our segment and he came up with his points. No, I'm kidding. But I think this is, how do other people not see this? You know what I mean? Like, how is this not, because this it feels authentic because I think most Star Wars fans are probably here. And also, like, how is it not obvious that this is the shit people want, you know? Like, literally, it baffles the mind a bit that Lucasfilm doesn't just see this. That, like, you know, just like given the climate, given where things are at, given the way they themselves had the pendulum swinging, would it not make sense that, like, yeah, there's probably a desire for, like, I mean, let's call it what it is, a little bit of dude bro Star Wars, you know? I think there's, you know, I don't know. I would fuck with dude bro Star Wars is what I'm saying. I would fuck with dude bro Star Wars, and I don't think there's anything wrong with just, like, respecting the fans in that way. And, you know, we talk about anime and the anime takeover and how Demon Slayer's crushing it and all these other, you know, Solo Leveling and anime in general on Netflix, it's crushing it. Dude, you know what? Anime and Netflix and all of them, they give you what you want. The fan service in anime is crazy. You know? So interesting take here with John Boyega. I don't know, chat, what do you think? What are your thoughts here? What do you think? Do you think this is cool? Do you think it's like a sign of things to come? Or do you think John's just kind of out here saying whatever and it won't really have an impact? Because it would be cool if he was involved and then had this input out there. I wonder how many other people over there feel the same way. I think this is good stuff, man. I think it's good stuff. I think he nailed it. Fire KK? Well, they're not going to fire KK. That's just not going to happen. Feels like Disney's biggest problem right now is with Marvel Star Wars' lack of wish fulfillment. I agree. They're constantly stringing us out for the next project. I agree, and I think they got to knock it off, man. Boyega just being a fan and being himself, no big deal. Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I think when John speaks, it makes news. I think these comments are already circulating. I mean, I didn't seek this out. I saw it on Twitter, right? So people were talking about it. And frankly, I think it's good that somebody like John is saying stuff like this. I actually do think it's good. But, you know, to be fair, yeah, he's not on the board of directors or whatever, you know? It's not like he's the producer or whatever. But yeah, I still think it's good. It's a shame a guy as cool as John was wasted on a bullshit character like Finn. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Maybe he can get some justice, though. We'll see. Yeah, maybe. Hey, appreciate you, Matt. Thank you. Kathy handles the Star Wars like 2019 Vince McMahon. If you want it, you're not getting it if you like it. Yeah, no, I think there's something to that, man. It certainly feels very similar. The energy feels similar. No one is talking about Star Wars anymore. It has zero cultural weight outside of its few hardcore fans. Marvel still has Spider-Man, Thor, nostalgic to lean on. They can get to $1 billion. Yeah, I tend to agree, but I also think that a lot of people like Star Wars. You know, Revenge of the Sith broke records when it went back into theaters. Acolyte did better than Daredevil. There's still some evidence that people will be showing up for Star Wars, but yeah, I think it's certainly diminished. I don't give a fuck, LOL. The brother been talking for years now. We got you guys this time, and then proceeds to make the worst trilogy. Well, he said that for the last movie, Justin, and he also needed that thing to get to $1 billion to get his royalties. Okay, so you can't really blame him on that, but also you can totally fucking blame him on that shit. So I understand. I need Mando to succeed so I can get the Heir to the Empire movie. Yeah, totally, 100%. Get JB on Warhammer. I don't know what that means. Oh, John Boyega on Warhammer. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. There's room for him there. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Hot take. Even if I'm probably not suitable to say this since I'm a Marvel, DC fan, they should probably sell Star Wars before it gets any worse. Ooh. I don't know if they need to sell it, but there's obviously big change needs to happen. Yeah. Are you going to be honest and tell us if the Shelby Oaks film is ass? I'm probably not going to watch it. No, nothing against him. I don't like horror guys, you know? Corso Tavin says, is it possible KK is being held hostage by the writers she hired? So now she can't fire them because of the optics and toxic fanboys whining? Or is KK really this hard-headed? I don't think that's what it is. Because, I mean, she fired Lord and Miller with 2 weeks of principal photography left, brother. You know what I mean? So if she's willing to do that, then I don't buy this like she's trapped by her writers. I feel like she'd fucking fire anybody. The truth is, I think Kathy just has outdated views on several things, including like messaging and optics. I think, fan service. I think branding. I just think she has I just think her views are wrong. She's wrong. That's what it comes down to, you know? They just need to remake New Hope and Empire. What? Get out of here. Get out of here. Hey, Josh, would you rather have the second season of Daredevil or a second season of Acolyte? Oh, Daredevil, bro. Daredevil. Come on now. Come on now. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy, chat. They just need to remake. No. I'm never reading that shit again. Get him out of here. Here's my idea. Clone Wars animated series. More back in the series is Prime. I don't know about that, brother. A lot of Star Wars fans have this kind of feeling, and I get it, but it's kind of like this sort of a real linear way of thinking of it, where they're like, you know what Star Wars needs? A version of that thing that I loved about Star Wars. You know? So, I feel like the Plagueis novel, people say like Plagueis stuff. If it's Clone Wars, you're like live action Clone Wars. But that's not it, really. It's really more like, man, we're in trouble here. Let's reach for that familiar thing we love. And then we think, okay, naturally, if that thing were to come out and be good in live action, I loved it, so it would get everybody, And I just don't think that's it, really. Yeah, Isn't that what Marvel's doing? What? What do you mean? Isn't that what Marvel's doing? So Marvel has basically a very comic book way of doing things where, they'll set some stuff up. They have a rough idea of where the story's going, but they play jazz. Like, they play crazy jazz. Yeah. I don't understand what you're saying exactly, but yeah. They need to return to that hero's journey mono-myth type storytelling. I think that is the formula for sure. I think that's what you do. You can put a new twist on an old lemon, though. Give it a little bit of freshness. I finally watched Superman. I hated how much I enjoyed it. That's called cognitive dissonance, my friend. You hated how much you enjoyed it. Yeah. No, I like Superman. I thought it was good. Glad you liked it. It's the same people telling the same stories across all these brands. It doesn't matter. They'll all follow the same formula. There's a lot of that. Yeah, sure. There's a lot of that. One of the most baffling things about Star Wars... Oh, hang on. One of the most baffling things about Star Wars is that it's so simple to make it good. Can't understand how they're making it so bad. Yeah, I agree with you. I think what that comes down to, and this is why... Ultimately, I think this is Kathy's fault, really. It's like... That should be obvious. And what you should be looking for with the talent you try to assemble, which is ultimately her job as greenlighting stuff, right? Hear the pitch, greenlight the pitch. You should be looking for people that do understand what Star Wars is at its core and really don't want to reinvent it, but want to modernize it, but not in that way. Not in the way that we're immediately jumping to, in the sense that it has to do all the things that Star Wars does for the new generation. The prequels get a lot of shit, and I agree that they're very different than the other trilogy, but the prequels accomplished what they were out there to do. The prequels brought in a younger generation into Star Wars. That's what the sequel trilogy was supposed to do. I think it failed at that. And I think you can see that in a lot of the data, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Vandolph says, do you think it's possible for them to reach out to George and ask him for a new story to move this nonsense along? Once Kathy's gone, it's probably more possible. Once it's just Dave over there, it's probably more possible. I've always just been fascinated by, like, why not? Why not just get his input on shit? And he does visit sets and stuff all the time. So why would they do that? Well, because I think it brings value. I think it brings value in the marketing sense. It's like the same reason that you want George R.R. Martin involved in the new show, right? It's the same reason that you want Todd Howard involved in Fallout. It's the same thing. I guess this one's a bad example, but the Neil Druckmann thing, right, for Last of Us. Miyamoto for Mario and Zelda. It's a vote of confidence. You know what I mean? It feels good. You associate, the creator's taste with the new project. It's good. It feels good. George is old as dirt. You don't say that. But yes, he is. But I think he's sharp as a tack, man. Ignoring Andor's success again? I'm not ignoring Andor's success. You know what do you mean? Can we finally admit that this turned into a copy pasta franchise? Everything they do is literally the same storyline. Yeah, but I don't think that's the problem, right? So you could say that Zelda is actually a copy pasta franchise, frankly, because it's always Ganon, the princess, and Link. Do you know what I mean? And they refresh it. So would you call Zelda a copy pasta franchise? Would you be like, I don't like Zelda. It's always Link. It's always that stupid fairy that says, hey. It's always the same stupid sounds when you open the chest. You know, is that what you're saying, Justin? No, you wouldn't say that, Justin. So maybe that's not the point. Huh? Maybe that's not what makes it fresh. Huh? Maybe that's not what makes it... Maybe shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Caleb Hughes says, KK is definitely smiling. Her projects are winning. Andor. Dave and Fav's projects aren't, even though it's KK's fault. Dave needs full control. Nerd Avengers for life. Yeah, I mean, I was having a good day until I read that. So, I mean, good point, I guess. Thanks for bringing me down on that one. I'm going to end that segment. I hope this one crashes the goddamn stream this time. Fuck! Just kidding. We didn't crash. Shut your mouth. I told you I'd fix the problem. You fucking guys. He's not a professional streamer. This fucking guy are the 10 of crash streams. Okay, you want to talk about some other shit? Okay, should we talk about some other shit? No, they call same story using different characters. Bad Batch is literally Manda. Link is fucking Link. Why would he fuck himself? That feels so weird. It's beat for beat. Bro, you're saying some wild shit. I mean, I knew you liked Zelda, but I didn't know you liked Rule 34 like Zelda. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Put that on the Clips channel. Okay, shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Hey, let's talk about let's talk about those photos. What photos? These photos. So the thing is, these leaks came out, right? And there were other ones too, which I guess I'll pull up. God, it's so fucking depressing. I guess I'll pull up the other ones too. Let's see here. I guess I'll do Dr. Doom face. I can probably see it. Oh, fuck me, dude. That shit better not be true. God, you know what? There's some static. We're losing signal. The stream's glitching out. I'll see you guys on Monday. Okay. So there was a bunch of photos that dropped a couple of days ago. They had like Dr. Doom's scarred up face. They had Ian McKellen as Magneto. They had some stuff on there. And I was like, there's no fucking way, bro. I was like, these are not real. This is AI. This is some fucking bullshit. And that was my story, and I was sticking to it, okay? However, new shit has come out. And maybe they're not fake. Here's the other ones. Okay, so that's James Marsden, Downey, Marsden, Magneto, Black Panther. Okay, and I was pretty sure that these were fake. Okay, mostly because of Downey's face here. I mean, is this what we're doing here, guys? Did they pay this man $100 million to be horrifying to look at. Like, uncomfortable. Like, don't stare. Like, I'm good on the popcorn. Uncomfortable. I don't like this. So, in Game of Thrones, in the books, Tyrion Lannister gets his nose cut off. Okay, just nose all the way off. But obviously, it's kind of fucking horrifying to have your look at a character with no nose the entire time. Okay, and so I was like, "There's no way. There's no way. There's no way we're doing this. Oh my God, chat. Before we move on, no way. Ain't no way, right? Ain't no way, right? Ain't no way. So I thought this was AI, 100%. I was like, it has to be AI. But then this thing, dude, and this one looks real. And then there's other people saying that it's real. I can't fucking believe it. Okay, so what this would be, if it is this, is when they do the makeup for these different scenes and when the characters have battle damage, the makeup folks at the after they do the makeup have to take a picture of it because they need it to look the same when they do the makeup the following day when they return to set. Okay? So, I guess this could be real. And it perhaps indicates Tobey Maguire, which there's a lot of rumors that Tobey's in this thing, actually. You know what I mean? A lot of rumors. And his universe might even be destroyed, and then he's maybe in the multiversal Avengers. And he's got this battle damage on his face here. You've got Namora here. And then you've got Gambit. Now, we know for sure that Channing Tatum's Gambit had big action sequence. He kind of teased this out as well, right? So, oh my God, this could be real. And again, the thing that's scary is that this could mean the Doom look. I mean, all the other stuff to me is fine. Even Magneto, I don't love this look for Magneto. And isn't this a little different than what we just got on that leaked? Here, let me pull this up for you. Because remember that thing we went over on Monday, guys? The image where from the embroidered bag. So if you look over here, this is apparently Magneto. I guess it does kind of match up, doesn't it? But it's got this seam down there. I don't know. Let's look at it. Let's look at this again. No, I don't think so. So maybe this is fake. I don't know, man. I'm really hoping that shit ain't real. I do not like this look for RDJ Dr. Doom. Oh my freaking God. So I'm hoping that's fake. Other than that, though, everything's good. The Magneto kind of throws me off. But I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about it. And then there's this other thing. So I absolutely hate it. And you guys know I have like a love-hate relationship with the Scoopers. Wait, you do things the same symbols? Oh, shit. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Hang on. Let me tell you this other part here. You guys know I have a love-hate relationship with the Scoopers. There may or may not be some absolutely fucking insane leaks out there, but I can't talk about them. And I know everybody hates it when I say that. But soon, hopefully. Sitting on some big stuff. Really interested in how this kind of stuff gets confirmed. But I'll tell you what, here's what I'll do. I'll tell you one part of it. It is possible that RDJ Doctor Doom has nothing to do with Tony Stark. Okay? It is possible that they have nothing to do with each other. I still don't know, and I believe this is old information, okay? But I think I now understand why some of the Scoopers were saying that. Yeah. Now look, listen. It's a hard one to make sense of because I know certain stuff that makes me feel like, yeah, but he is obviously interested in Tony, and it is an homage essentially to Tony and Cap. But it also is possible that like Doom basically has nothing to do with Tony. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Tony doesn't have anything to do with Doctor Doom, right? So I just want to put that out there. I guess one other thing that I'll say is I think it's still technically possible that Hydra Cap is a thing. I don't think Hydra Cap's a thing. But I now understand it a little bit better. So I think I'm waiting a little bit to see what happens with this thing. And then I'm going to do a big video. And I want to do the big video that kind of like breaks down the comprehensive breakdown of all the leaks that we've had so far. And I'll kind of give you guys my best guess on like, what do I think's happening here? What do I think's happening there? But like the thing about Doomsday is it's a massive movie. They've hidden a lot. There's a lot of characters that are hidden. There's a lot of shooting they're going to do right now or in the next batch of photography that's going to be hidden. And everybody's really interested. You know, these leaks kind of bug me a little bit. Because I don't like that look for Doom. And sure, there's a lot of worry and there's a lot of like, oh man, I don't know what they're gonna do with RDJ, man. I guess what I'm wondering this, chat, and we'll end the video with this because I want to know if you think this shit is real, and I also want to know if you think, like, is it gonna be okay if there really is no reason that RDJ is Doom? Do you think people will be down? Like, is that fine? Will people be okay with that? I'm curious. Have you opened any MTG Spider-Man yet? No. You think it's real? Fuck. When does that come out? I know they did pre-release, but when does it officially release? Because I'd like to get some boxes, yeah. That would be stupid. That would be low-key a waste. Yeah, I agree. Look, I think there's something to it, but I hope that I'll be able to explain what's going on soon. I can't really talk about it right now. I probably shouldn't even have said what I said, but then why cast Downey? Because he wanted to do it. But we'll see. We shall see. Is it super spoiling? There's some spoiling stuff. Yeah. There's some spoiling stuff, yeah. MTG Spider-Man comes out to the 26th. I got some cards that I can buy off you. Oh, yeah, Grixky? Yeah, I bet. The 26th. Okay, so that's what, Friday? Yo, maybe I'll go get some boxes on Friday. But is he still going to try to play himself off as Tony to gain the Avengers' trust? That is a established rumor. We have no way of knowing if that's actually going to be in the movie or not. Again, Doom having nothing to do with Tony does not necessarily mean that Tony doesn't have anything to do with Doom, you know? But I think the point, it's possible that what it is that he's just not a Tony Stark variant, is basically what they're saying. Like, he is not a Tony Stark variant, which I've always thought, yeah, that's not the way they're going to do it. They would do it a different way, if anything, so. I think the leakers actually, for the first time, barely know anything. Well, it's certainly possible they know less than usual, which is nice. That's cool, man. I think that's great. My name is Doom. Tony is a Doom variant. Ooh, wouldn't that be interesting? Yes, that's what I think it is, Matthew. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think it is. All right. Yeah, so I guess we'll end that one. Some of you guys do think these are real. Man, I really don't like that look for Doom's face, man. Again, I'll throw this up on the screen before we get out of the segment here. Man. Oh, I'm really hoping that's not it. Oh, God. That is tough to look at. That is going to be challenging to see. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, so we got a couple other things to talk about. Tombstone got cast, so let's get into this. Hang on now. Let me get this pulled up for you here. Let's go Tombstone. Yo, y'all familiar with this character, this dude? So we got some Spider-Man news. Okay, we got a big official thing that broke in the trades. And then we got some stuff that kind of flew under the radar. Some rumors, as it were. So Marvin Jones III has been cast as Tombstone in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, I'm not super familiar with this dude, okay? But I'm going to be honest with you. There's a series of memes here, chat, that have started to pop off. What is the show here? What's the show that this dude is on? What's the show that this guy is on? Because whatever this guy, whatever the show was, Black Lightning. Okay, I'm gonna say he was probably on another show as well. Because Black Lightning, is that a CW show? He did voice Tombstone in animation? Nope. Oh, okay. It's CW. It is. Okay, look. I don't know how else to say it. I've seen a lot of let's call it racially charged things said by this guy. The memes are already going fucking crazy where people are like, don't let him near Miles. Don't let him near Luke Cage. Don't let him near Blade. And they're sharing some absolutely fucking wild shit. I had no idea who this guy was. Okay. And I'm seeing this kind of stuff and I'm like, holy shit, this dude is going in. This dude is fucking going absolutely crazy here. So that's that's certainly been an experience. I will say this, pretty intimidating guy. I can't say that I'm like the biggest fan of Tombstone per se, but it does feel like good casting. Like this dude is going to be intense, bro. He is black. Yeah, I mean he looks light-skinned. I mean, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I mean, sure, he's black, so he can be mean as fuck to. Oh, he's albino. Okay, I'm learning a lot. Okay, I'm learning a lot. Okay, so he's albino. Okay, interesting. Look, the point is, guys, this guy is seems like incredible casting. Honestly, he seems intense as fuck. He has a big presence. Seems like a big guy, so probably be able to do some actual physical acting here. I think this is pretty good casting. Now, apparently, this dude was going to be Tombstone in either Morbius or one of the other Sony movies. So this was a casting that was kind of out there already. And it feels like good casting to me. So there you have it. It also clears up the Coleman Domingo casting a bit because a lot of people thought that he was going to be Tombstone. Although I had heard other people say like there is no way he's going to be Tombstone, right? But that clears that up. I still think Domingo could be Kang, and I'm still kind of thinking Kang could be in this movie, and they're doing like a recasting there. But either way, this is good casting. I think a lot of people like it. By the way, check out the memes, but maybe not have the volume up too loud if you're at your place of work. The memes are, well, it's the internet in 2025, so you know exactly what they're like. Now, the other question is, is this guy the main villain of the movie? And I think we could probably basically say no fucking way, right? There's no way that this is the actual main villain. No, this feels rather like an additional villain in what is a film that appears to have a ton of different Spider-Man villains, right? And there's even some rumors for this movie that the bar with no name will be in this thing, which is like a literal villain bar in New York City, almost like a sanctuary ground for all of these villains, right? And, you know, we've been wondering a lot about Spider-Man Brand New Day, like who's the main villain, what's going on with Sadie Sink. Recently, Alex Perez dropped in the Cosmic Circus Q&A because people were asking him about the villain of the Spider Slayer and said maybe it would be Smythe. Okay, and Alex actually gave a really wild answer. And he said it's simpler, badder, meaner, and technically Tom Holland spoiled it in an interview. Does anybody know what Alex could be referring to there? That's kind of interesting. And then also, like, there's this whole Blackheart thing he keeps teasing as well. What could it mean that the villain of Spider-Man Brand New Day is simple and badder and meaner than Smythe? Yeah, I don't know. And then there's the whole thing of the interview, right? Because like Shine said, like, oh no, he definitely did not spoil it in the interview. I can't really think. I did a little bit of research, but I can't really find any interviews where Tom Holland said much about that. He talked about a new beginning and shit, but like, I don't know that he said anything like that, and I don't know that he's even hinted at anything like the devil or hell or anything. But yeah, I mean. Look, Mephisto seems right if it's Brand New Day and it's simple, bad, mean. Mephisto? Is it Mephisto? I mean, that feels pretty simple. I don't know. I mean, the Blackheart thing could make sense for Mephisto as well. You know, honestly, part of me thinks when you say simple, it's just RDJ Doctor Doom, right? Like it's... You watch some of the Tombstone clips? Yeah. Part of me thinks it's just RDJ Doctor Doom. I mean, isn't that pretty simple? Kingpin feels simple. Kingpin does feel simple, but, I mean, you feel like we would know by now if it was Kingpin. Venom? Venom feels simple, I guess. Yeah. Could be them. I don't know. And there's a lot of questions about this film, obviously. But, yeah, really interesting comments there by Alex. And I would argue... There's no way Tombstone's the main villain, but it's nice to have an addition of a very good Tombstone in the Tom Holland Spider-Man world. And, you know, we're probably at least getting 2 other movies past the Avengers films here. I think Alex teased that Venom and Kingpin are like pillars of the future for the Spider-Man villains. So maybe that's, you know, being built in this film as well. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think, man? What do you think? What do you think of Tombstone? What do you think of Alex's comments? What do you think about the villain? Like, what are your thoughts right now on Spider-Man Brand New Day? Chat, let me know. Doom or Mephisto, says Rick. Those both feel simple, bad, mean. Yeah, those both feel like that, yeah. Someone turns Hulk savage. Yeah, I mean, there's another rumor out there, so I guess I'll throw this out there. I think this comes from the Geeky Cast. There's a rumor that maybe what they're going to do is Hulk killed Bruce's parents when Hulk was rampaging in the Battle of New York. And so Bruce's parents were actually killed by Hulk, and that's going to be a point of contention or whatever. I don't know that I believe that. I mean, it's a crazy fucking theory. It's really crazy. But I don't know that I believe that, you know? Let's see here. Peter's parents. Yeah. No thoughts, no comments. Love the casting. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, Warhammer Heresy. Appreciate the gifted membership, brother. Hey, did you watch the meme Monday with Valrak on Monday? Did you watch that on Monday, huh? Damn, he killed Bruce's parents? That's crazy impossible. Yeah, so he slipped into the Batman universe, and he was just storming around the Zorro movie play, and he accidentally squashed Bruce's parents. Crazy. You loved it? Dude, wasn't that funny, dude? He got so mad. He was taken aback. I was like, damn, that's funny. Didn't Holland say that he's known that RDJ was going to be doomed for a while before the general public and any other actors even knew? Yes, he did say that, and it was kind of like, because he's like, people think I can't keep a secret, but I knew this forever. That is true, yeah. That is true. Norman Osborn makes even more sense after the TV show. What TV show? What you talking about? You mean Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man or whatever it is? Coleman as Osborn would be crazy. I wouldn't mind him as Osborn. I think he'd be a good Osborn. But I don't know. I prefer Kang. I want Kang. Missed the super from the start of the stream. All right. Finto, you and Theory talking. Let that Ahsoka. Oh, okay. So you watched the Kai Patterson cuts. Were they pretty sick? Nice. Okay. I'm glad you liked them. If Doom Dream walks into 616 Tony, it fits. That's true. Eric Voss heard Black Panther 3 starts filming in April. That's possible, yeah. Yeah, that's possible. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Yeah, no, I like that show. I thought it was good. Yeah. You want Kang? I think Coleman Domingo as Kang, using Kang in a way to connect to Doctor Doom in the multiverse would be good, yes. I think if they just avoid Kang completely, it's going to kind of feel bad. I feel like it's going to feel like we're all going to be like, we know why you're not talking about this. And that kind of sucks. I missed your super chat from 3 years ago. Okay, give me like half hour. I'll track it down, man. You know? Tillman is Kang? Yeah. I think so. I hope so. How many Warhammer videos do you have banked? Also, have you given a specific name to your Custodes leader? No, I have not given a name to any of the Custodes leaders. I basically have two that are very close. Two that are very close. I wish I had more. I had one out to another editor, but unfortunately he was unable to finish it off. So had to. I'm going to give that to my other guy too. So two pretty close to done. Yeah, and we'll just let it rip. You know, we'll let it rip. We'll see. See what happens. What happened to get that Kang out of my face? Yeah, so I think Kang is just a terrible main villain. I just don't think he should have been the main villain of the saga. But you can use what he was doing as a part of the story to build up Doom. I think it's silly to, like... If you just avoid it, it's going to feel weird, I think. If Tillman is Kang, do you think he'll get a lot of screen time? Tillman seems to be a big actor. Yeah, he's a big actor for sure. Maybe significant stuff. Maybe it means eventually he comes back if they bring Kang back. I think as Tillman, I'm still interested in it. Even if it's just a send-off with the possibility of the future, I think I still say yes. I mean, wouldn't that be good for him? I think it'd be good for him. Isn't there contract stuff that only majors can be Kang? There was some stuff in there, but it's everybody blew that way out of proportion. That's not what it means exactly. And there's a thing called I forget what it is, but basically you can void that contract. Act of God kind of stuff. Yeah. Tillman is great in Severance. He absolutely is. I haven't finished Severance, but I have watched a good bit of Severance, and he's pretty good. He's pretty fucking good in it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, so those are our updates on Spider-Man. I think a lot of folks are just kind of waiting to see on that, and they're waiting to see if we get anything serious. You know, what's the deal with all of that? Because, yeah, I mean, so a lot of we don't know. I'm really interested. Hulk, Punisher, all that stuff sounds dope. So many different villains. Can't make sense of it. Who's the main villain? Not sure. What's up with Sadie Sink? Not really sure. Multiverse what? I did hear some other stuff about Brand New Day that I can't talk about, so don't try to get me to talk about it. I can't talk about it. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Wolverine game tonight. You think so? You think they're going to show off the Wolverine? I mean, isn't that kind of what the leak said? Didn't some leaks kind of say that? Yeah. JJ Lamont says, having a shit day. Thank you for building this community where I can escape for a bit. Hashtag unity. Well, I'm sorry you're having a shit day, brother. But I appreciate you. And I am glad that you are here. I'm glad you're here. Taking a load off, man. Taking a load off. Yeah, so let's just chill, man. Let's just chill a little bit here, and then we'll get on out of here. Anything else going on in the world? Don't answer that. I am excited. Oh, I probably should have said this before, but yeah, so I probably did actually say this before. But tonight at 7:30, guys, for the members stream, what we're going to do is we're going to watch Marvel Zombies together. So we're going to watch Marvel Zombies together tonight at 7:30 in the evening. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. A little bit later today, I'm actually going to finish Alien Earth, too. I'm excited. Got any Tylenol in the medicine cabinet? Dude, hell yeah, dude. You guys know me. I always be taking Tylenol. I mean, maybe that... I don't know if that means anything, but... Alien Earth. Hell yeah, Alien Earth. Baby, let's go. Picking up any comics today? No. Hey, Michael Johns, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now, my friend. Welcome. Well, you know, you joke, Dr. Cool, but, you know, not that I know anything about that, but Baby Tylenol was... Actually, it was something that they would use to cut things every once in a while. Not that I would know anything about that. Not that I know anything about that. Hey, no politics in here. I'll ban you all. You think I won't? I'll fucking ban you all. Alien Earth was awesome. Noah knocked it out of the park again. I really liked it so far. I haven't seen the finale though, so I got to see the finale. Are you streaming on Friday? I have the day off. Yeah, I think we're streaming on Friday. I don't know if we're streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure. I got to catch up on some video stuff, man. I got to, like, make some dope videos. Hey, JJ! Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Gifting a membership. Kai Patterson cuts as watch parties would be a great idea, man. Would love to see your reactions. Kai added a lot of epic stuff. Yeah, maybe when we get a little closer to season 2. Yeah. You. Kang goes into hiding in Tennessee with Doom. Marries a kid named Harley. Doom kills Kang. Harley becomes Iron Lad. Ooh, damn. Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be wild. That would be wild, man. Any other crazy news out there in the entertainment world? What is even happening? Is Hollywood totally smoked? What's for lunch? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's for lunch, to be honest with you. Any advice getting into YouTube? I'm tired of the corporate life. Ooh, oh, man. I would say this. It's definitely possible, man. But you got to take it seriously. I mean, my advice to people on this kind of thing is like, maybe you're a prodigy. Maybe you're a genius. Assume that you are not. Assume that you have no advantage in the space. And then work as though you have no advantage other than an insatiable hunger to succeed. That will probably just take you the whole way there. I think these days, YouTube is like, in some ways it's harder than ever. In some ways it's easier than ever. It's kind of hard to explain. But if you have a strategy, if you actually have a strategy, okay, if you have a strategy and you know what you're doing, you can make it happen. But what is viable for you with the time that you have, that has to be like a part of your strategy as well. You know, you don't want to set yourself up for something you can't maintain. Joey L, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, baby. You are a Nerd Venger now. The Maker, what about The Maker? Thank the maker. Like that? Or what are you talking about? Thoughts on Trader Joe's? Grocery store slabs, eating some food from it right now. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I've ever been inside a Trader Joe's. I know I've gotten stuff from Trader Joe's. I know people have, hey, I got this at Trader Joe's, you know, but I don't know that I've even been inside one. Should have started back when Asmongold started. Yeah, I mean, I guess. There's probably plenty of people that started when Asmon started that aren't successful, though, you know. Any DC news? Not really. Not really. Not that I know of. Yeah. You gotta go? Yeah, I bet I do. Intelligence, impossible to gauge. If you learn continuously, you are continuously getting smarter. So just keep learning. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Give us Miles Teller as the Maker in Doomsday or Secret Wars. That would be lit, dude. I would love that. That would be really fun. Josh, tell me your thoughts on God. Tell me all your thoughts on God. Don't take this the wrong way, Corso. But I'm not going to tell you my thoughts on shit for $2. Like, literally nothing. I won't tell you anything other than what I think of a $2 super chat that tries to get me to talk about, I mean, basically anything, but like a really big topic. So, hell no, brother. How are your gains coming along? We're getting back in there, man. We're finally getting back in there and feeling strong, feeling good, kind of building the base back, you know? Kind of building the base back. Space Wolves or Black Templars? Ooh, man. Both very cool for different reasons. I'd probably lean Space Wolves myself. But, yeah, they're both good. Haircut! What? Where? Breakfast sandwich stream when? You guys really want me to do that breakfast sandwich stream? Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe, okay, here's what I'll do. So if I do no stream tomorrow, which is probably what that's probably going to happen. Then maybe Saturday morning we do the breakfast sandwich stream. I could do that for you. I could do the breakfast sandwich stream on Saturday morning. I could do it. Kids' costume this year for Halloween. We had a couple of different ideas. I'd have to ask again. I think I don't want to spoil it. Actually, I remember a couple of things we were thinking about. So we'll see. Make it a part of your subathon. You guys really want me to do a subathon? I mean, I know. Oh God, a subathon. Oh God. Can't we just come in here for a couple hours and shoot the shit? Okay, we really got to fucking... You really want me to sit... You want to sit for 12 hours? Do you want me to sit here for like 12 hours a day? Oh my God. Okay, tell me your thoughts on Warhammer. Say less, Renee. $2? What a blessing. How generous. Did your last subathon make money? Yes. Yes, it did. My thoughts on War. Tell me all your thoughts on Warhammer. It's the best. It's the final boss of being a nerd. It's the most detailed. It's the most awesomest, coolest, dopest thing. Hell yeah. What comic books are you reading these days? The Ultimate stuff, although I am behind on that. I actually do want to check out that new Batman, and I got to catch up on the Absolute stuff as well. So, you know, I'm not really reading too many comics right now. I'm kind of behind on my comics. Kind of behind, to be honest. You still got to do the marathon stream where you read the entire Hickman lead up to Secret Wars. You still want me to do that, though? Warhammer is like a juicy steak with stuffed potato and some banana pudding. I like that. Yeah, I'd agree. Thanos is cursed with knowledge. He knew Tony Stark and respected him. This will be picked up again. I think it will be. Yeah. I think that'd be cool. Tales of the Underworld. I thought it was cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's a massive W. Eric Voss heard Black Panther 3 starts filming in April. Ooh, okay, interesting. Okay. Black Panther 3, let's get it. Let's get it. If Marvel wants to continue the MCU, they should just keep RDJ as Doom and double down. I mean, we'll see what they do, but yeah, maybe. Are you going to watch Tron 3? Maybe eventually. I'm not going to go to the theaters for it. I'm not feeling it, man. Like, I'll watch it on streaming. Black Panther 3 could be the secret movie, not Doc Strange 3. It could be, sure. Yeah, could be, yeah. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Tron 3 is going to be lit. You think so? You think so? Even though it's Jared Leto's? Think about the music? Yeah. All right, everybody, I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. As always, we'll be live tonight at 7:30. And then we'll be streaming probably on Friday again, to be honest with you. I just have a lot of stuff I'm trying to work on, so I'll probably need to do that tomorrow. We need more Warhammer content. Hell yeah, we do, 100%. And we will. Okay, everybody. Much love, man. Appreciate y'all. Members, I'll see you tonight at 7:30. Everybody else, probably see you Friday morning on a stream. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Leave. Oh man, what a good Friday stream, man. I'm so fucking happy it's Friday. I can't wait to get out of here. You know, I bet you're feeling the same way. Hell yeah, we made it. We made it through another week. Let's go. Hell yeah. Appreciate you guys. See you on Monday. Because I got a haircut and a migraine scheduled, you know? You know? Fuck. Okay. All right. Hey, appreciate you. I'm getting out of here. Hey, do me a favor. Actually, make it 2. Open up your third eye and watch wash out your stinky, stinky butt.